this business. And let me talk to you about this business, and let me talk to you about my passion. My passion is, and maybe you've already recognized this about me, maybe you haven't, but I have built a business, and I feel very strongly about making people feel special and paying it forward. Maybe you've seen that in some of the things I've done. Maybe you haven't. Maybe you're tuned in, you don't know that yet. But I am super passionate about that. We were not built to go through life alone. We were built to go through life with our village, right? This is my village. And welcome to the village. If you're new, welcome to the village. But I also feel like people go through life and nobody tells them good job. Nobody says, you're amazing. Nobody says, listen, when you're potty training your kid and it takes them 2 weeks, nobody's running around cheering for you. I'm just saying. But sometimes you need somebody to say, good job, mama. I know they only pooped on the floor twice today, but you're getting there, right? Like, I'm just kidding. But the reality is that the reality is that some people never get told that. I mean, I had somebody tell me just the other day with tears that I wish I had a mom like you. My mom didn't tell me. Really sad. I mean, it's gut wrenching to me, but nobody believed in them prior to meeting me. Nobody said you can do this. Nobody said you got this. Nobody said I grew up with an amazing dad who told me every day that I could do anything I wanted and I could be anything I wanted and I could have anything I wanted. Be the president of the United States if I wanted. And I said, I don't think he makes enough money and it looks like a lot of work. So I didn't want to, but he told me I could if I wanted to, and I believed him. And I really feel like that is our job in life, is to impact the people that are around us. You're a bright light, right? When you impact the people that you are around you. And so one of the ways that you can do that is using this business with recognition, right? Recognition is free and it's easy and you can do lots of it. And so one of our directors happens to be in the room. Is very passionate about this subject and very good at it. And she is going to come talk to you about how do you use recognition to make people feel special and to build your business. So take it away for Miss Kristen Adams. All right. So that in front of me. I did not feel weird. Yeah, it feels weird, Heidi. All right, testing, how's sound? Okay, so in the room it's good. Online? Oh, good. All right, thank you, Rhonda. So as Kristen said, this is a topic that I am super passionate about. Recognition is something that can be such a powerful motivator. It's so important to make someone feel special. So as we go through this, I'm going to talk about 3 different things that you can do to give successful recognition. So the first thing is that you've got to be timely with your recognition. Second, you've got to be specific. And the last thing, you want to touch everyone that you possibly can that is deserving of that recognition. Now, could you potentially give too much recognition? Maybe, but I would tell you that most of us are not even close to that point of going overboard with the recognition. There are some things that we can all do to step up our game. So here's one of my favorite sayings: what gets rewarded gets repeated by that same person that just received that recognition, as well as anyone else that sees that person receiving the recognition. So let's talk about that first key point, providing recognition in a timely manner. So this is so important. We don't want to be giving recognition weeks or even months later. For just a moment, everybody in the room and online, if you want to chat in a quick response or raise your hand, but I want you to think for just a moment And remember the very first Happy Mail you received from Kirsten. Everybody kind of got that in their mind? We may have some new ones on that haven't received any Happy Mail just yet, but I assure you it is tons of fun. I remember my initial excitement. So my first one was back in March of 2021. I had just joined the month prior and hopped on my very first team meeting live and received an attendance prize. Now, many of you guys know when Kirsten does her team meetings, she's playing what game? Man, yes. So I had gotten to me any faster, but as it was for most of you with your first one, just checking that stamps.com email tracking notification probably half a dozen times before the prize arrives. So my point is that it's important to get those prizes out, whatever it is, whether it's to your team, a party prize, in one of your parties, a host packet, get those items out in a timely manner. Other call outs, it helps repeat that behavior. And I show up live for almost every meeting possible. I'm putting it on my calendar, I'm repeating that behavior, and I'm encouraging my team to do the same. And then as you get to the bigger prizes, Tina's here today, and she was my director, my very first director. And the wait was excruciating for that first piece of cookware stepping up because it's so exciting to get that cookware and getting to try it.
Sorry, you're doing great, but they don't. I don't know why, but we're just mentioning about the.
Am I not loud?
They said it's garbled. I don't know what that means, but just trade. See if they can hear you. And don't hold it very close to your right, your mouth. But even though it feels like you're doing great, it's not real. This will feel like you're not loud enough because it won't be loud in here, but for them, if it's too close, it gets close. So down here, then you hear it. We don't care about what the room, just the room can hear your voice.
Right.
So ask them, is that good?
Okay, testing. 1, 2. How's that sound? Oh, good. Okay, glad you can hear now. All right. Okay. So bottom line with the timely recognition, whether it's for something big, a promotion or something small, showing up for a team meeting, it's important that we are timely in getting all of those prizes out. All right, second key point, we want to be specific. The thing that comes to mind for me with this one is anytime that we are providing recognition, maybe on a team page, and when you think of recognition, it can even be something as small as a simple thank you, maybe to a customer for a purchase that they made in a party. So always remember to give that recognition. It might be somebody that placed an order, a discount shopper. Giving them that recognition is super important. It lets them know that they are appreciated on your team page. So the other thing that has really amazed me about this team is the recognition that comes from others, and sometimes others that are not even on your team. So I want to squirrel just a moment and talk a little bit about Jubilee. Sorry, pausing just a second. So Jubilee, for those of you that might be newer to our team, it is our annual convention. So we just went this past August, and then it'll happen again next August. It is not too early to be thinking about Jubilee convention. But one of the things that amazed me from the very first day of convention was all the recognition that was given out. I did not expect to be walking that stage on day one of convention, to be perfectly honest. And the thing that hit me the most, I don't want to get emotional. This is about recognition, right? But as I'm walking off the stage, each and every time, it is into hugs from, where's Janelle? Janelle, Kirsten, Fran McCleary, she's not with us today, but I'm sure she's out there watching live. That meant the world to me And that's a good form of recognition. So we want to help celebrate everyone's successes, big or small. Genuine feedback can truly make a difference for our teams, whether it's welcoming a new consultant or congratulating someone on hitting a personal sales challenge. Give that recognition. And then the last key point that I want to share with everybody, just a quick reminder, touch as many people as you can that are deserving. When I first became a director, I remember as I would recognize weekly sales, it started out with 3 people. And then I bumped it up to 5. And then I bumped it up to 10. And then I realized I was following Kim S's page. Is it Kim S still anymore? You're half of it. Okay. So, but I was following her page and I noticed that she was even recognizing her discount shoppers that placed a personal order or, you know, had a small party, whatever it might be, but anybody that had ordered that week, she was recognizing, and that's a form of recognition. So it's just one more way to touch more people. I stole shamelessly. So has anybody else ever wondered how long it takes Kirsten to do her hundreds of tags that she sometimes does on her prize posts? Oh my gosh, because yeah, you wake up to them the next morning, right, Megan? You wake up to them, and with her tags, they're always exciting. I always want to go find out exactly what she's tagged me on, because they're not those generic at everyone, you know, because you never know what you're going to get on those, right? Yes. When she tags someone, it's important. You want to go see it. So you want to be able to do the same for your teams as well. So recognition is important also because it allows others to see what is possible, whether it's someone hitting that $1,500 lunch bunch earner or the $4,000 mark for going and getting the pedicures or the gift card. Yes, Tina, I stole that from you way back when. So all of those things are so important to providing that recognition. Bottom line, when we're giving that recognition, it's what can you do to make someone feel special today? So just think about that. How can you touch that person and make them feel a little bit better about themselves? That pat on the back doesn't have to be pricey, doesn't have to be expensive, but give that recognition. So important to growing our teams. All right, what questions do we have? Okay, so Kim said, good point. You never know what it's going to mean to that person. You gotta say that out loud. That was good.
So I was just saying that you never know what the recognition means to the person receiving it. For me, it's the reason I stayed. Crazy as enough. I'm a little competitive. I like seeing my name, but I worked somewhere where I wasn't getting any recognition, not even getting a thank you for your hard work. And I'm emotional. I don't realize how things hit until you start talking about it. It's the reason I stayed, because just a little bit of, hey, way to go meant so much to me. I am one of those people that never heard, hey, I'm proud of you. So that's what keeps me going. You know, when I'm fighting through, the recognition is what pushes me. So it takes us a little bit of time, but it means so much to people receiving it.
So, and Megan and I were talking on the ride over. Can I have you share what we talked about? About the self-reporting. I know you haven't had a lot of caffeine yet, but the part about being
before coffee
the part about being willing to self-report and share your excitement, because as directors, we don't always get reports in a timely manner.
Yeah, so your director loves everything you're doing, and they're really excited when you tell them about your goal in the beginning of the month. If you haven't told your director what your goal is, please go message them right now and tell them, because they want to hear it. But here's the one thing. They may have like 30 people tell them that. And you're really important to them and they want to help you and they want to also celebrate you. They can't tell when you've achieved that goal. Because sometimes your goal is, I want to have 4 $300 parties. I can't tell if you've had a $300 party or a $1,000 party. And I've had secret goals in my heart where I'm like, I want to have 3 $1,000 parties and 2 recruits do da da da. Kirsten and Janelle don't know that's what I do, but I'll come and tell them when I accomplish it what my secret goals are because, right. But when I accomplish it, I want to celebrate. So I go tell them that's what your directors want you to do. They want to know when you have achieved those goals so they can celebrate you. All right. Thank you, Megan.
So Debbie, that is so true. I come from 29 years in a retail background, and you're right, a simple thank you does go a long way, and that will work for all of us here in Tupperware as well. All right. I think we're good.
Because she just talked about recognition, we have to recognize this woman right here. She does all of our wording every single month for our sale posts. I just set up the event because I'm an admin in Rock On, and people keep thanking me. I have nothing to do with it. It is all her. So I want to make sure we give her a big thanks and we all know who's doing it.
I say it all the time, better together, right? Better together. It's really funny. I will say this, you guys heard from Emily Adams earlier today, and I told you how she's had people come over that came from a different company. And one of the comments I get over and over and over is, oh my gosh, you guys are so like well prepared. You have templates, you have words, you have things, you have like all the tools. And I want to say thank you again to every single person, because it isn't one person, it is a village. And it's a village of not just who creates words, who creates pictures, who creates templates. It's who grabs them and puts them on boards, or who grabs them and puts them here, or who does this, or who shares them here. So thank you to everybody that is part of all of that, because we all use all of it. And some of us use a little bit of here and a little bit of there, and a little bit of there. And that is what makes our world go round. So thank you for those of you that are skilled and share your skills with us, because those of us who are less skilled, or want to go steal your customers while you're making, no, just kidding. Thank you to all of you. We really appreciate it. So, okay. So next, I guess we can do the segment. Audra.